Hello, good night, CSEC scholars. Welcome to another live CSEC class. Tonight is Tuesday, and so that's algebra night, and we're going to be doing algebra worded problems for simultaneous linear equations. So, worded problems. Before we dive into that, here's our schedule of live classes. We have 5 live PEP classes every week and 6 live CSEC classes every week. And this is in addition to the nearly 500 videos that we have posted on the channel. So don't hesitate to go over to the channel, search for any topic, any video, camp out, and make yourself at home over there. We have enough videos for everybody, whether it's PEP or CSEC or City and Guilds. There's something for everyone. So here's the schedule of the live classes. Hello CSEC math students, I know you are busy preparing for your math tests and your CSEC exams coming up. I have a very important question to ask you. Do you like my new hat? Thank you. Now another important question. Have you ever gotten a math problem wrong simply because of making one little mistake? I'm sure you have, as thousands of other students have. Now in this series, we're going to be looking at the common mistakes that students make with all the topics in CSEC Math. We're going to look at the common errors, demystify everything, make sure you watch every video in this series so that you can avoid making those mistakes. So stay tuned. Hello scholars, did you know that most times when students get problems wrong in mathematics is as a result of one single error or one mistake? Well, this is absolutely true, and we're going to be looking at the common errors that students make in the different topics in mathematics. If we know the errors beforehand, we can certainly avoid making them. Are you ready? Come on, take my hand. All right. So, good night to everyone who is joining us over in the chat. And we also have some students here in studio. Welcome Asar, welcome Imani.
Good night,
Welcome
miss. Night, miss.
Asar. Check your mic, Asar.
Good night, miss.
Good night. All right, so we're going to be looking at some worded problems. We have about 7 of them. And this is how you're likely to see. Well, these are actual past paper questions, right? So this is how you're likely to see the simultaneous equations worded. It's not that sometimes you might be just given the equations as is and asked to solve them, but you might also be given them in problem form, in worded form. So you have to know, first of all, how to interpret the problems in order to get the equations before you can actually solve the equations. So that's what we're going to be looking at tonight. And wherever the 7 questions take us, that's where we'll wrap it up. So are you guys seeing the screen?
Yes, miss.
All right, so Imani, I'm going to want you to start. So can you read the question twice, please?
Okay, miss. Number 13. At a hardware store, 7 chairs and 9 desks cost $1,200. 13 chairs and 6 desks cost $1,200. A. Using C to represent the cost in dollars of one chair and D to represent the cost in dollars of one desk. Write down a pair of simultaneous equations to represent the information above. Hence, determine the cost of a chair and the cost of a desk. Number 13. At a hardware store, 7 chairs and 9 desks cost $1,200, and 7 chairs and 6 desks cost
13
$1,000.
chairs.
Oh, sorry. And 13 chairs and 6 desks cost $1,200. Using C to represent the cost in dollars of one chair and D to represent the cost in dollars of one desk, write down a pair of simultaneous equations to represent the information above. Hence, determine the cost of a chair and the cost of a desk. Okay,
All
miss.
right.
So the first equation would be, oh, let's see, B chairs
Mm-hmm.
and D
All right. So
desks.
since they already tell us that that's what we're doing, right?
Yes, miss. Yes, miss.
But you can
So,
still write it. So you're saying
okay,
let's C equals the cost of one chair and D be the cost of one desk, right? You would write
yes,
that out in words, right?
yes,
Yeah,
miss.
that's out in words. Okay, so what's next?
So now we're going to write our equations. So
Mm-hmm.
7C plus 9D equal $1,200. That's our first equation.
Mm-hmm.
And our
Okay.
second equation would be 13C plus 6D equals $1,200.
Okay.
Yes, miss. So now we're going to work our equations.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to use the substitution method. So we're going to say
You're
7.
going to use
Oh,
substitution. You
wait,
sure?
miss. Oh,
They all have coefficients of numbers higher than one. So what would you substitute? What would you do? Tell me what you would do. If you're using substitution, what would you do or say?
oh, I was going to do um for the so plug the first equation. So oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, never mind. So so we're going to use elimination, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use the desk amount. So multiply the first equation by 6 and the second equation by 9.
All right, so times 6 times 9.
Yes, miss.
And we would get what?
So miss, we would get 42C plus 54D equals 7,200.
This thing is so hard to write with. All right.
Yes, miss.
That's
And
120, right?
that's 7,200.
No, no, I mean like 7C plus 9 equals.
Yeah, that's
Okay. And what else?
miss. And the second equation would be 117C plus 54D equals 1,200. I mean, sorry, equals 10800. 10,800. So now we
Okay.
are going to subtract a 3 from equation 4. So
All right. So
let
we're
me
going
just,
to have 117 minus 42 and 10800 minus 7,200. And we're gonna get what?
um, give me a second, please, miss. I'm just writing the equations. Okay, so 117 minus 42
Minus
is
42 gives what?
75c,
So 75C.
and
And we know that this, when you subtract those, they're
we
gone,
get
right?
0. Yes, miss, so it's
Okay.
gone.
And then the
So
10,800 minus
10,800
7,200.
minus 7,200 would be 3,600. And 3,600, we have to divide that by 75 to get the amount for C. So 3,600 divided by 75 is 48. So C is $48 for one chair.
$48. All right, so we found the price of one chair,
Yes, miss. So now we
and
can
we can plug it into which equation you want to use.
miss the first one.
So 7C plus 9D,
Yes, miss. So
7C
7C
plus
plus 9D
9D
equals
equals
1,200.
1,200. So wherever
So
we see C, we're going to put this, right?
48. Yes, miss.
Okay, so it will be what? 7
7
times.
times 48 plus 9D equals 1,200. So 7 times 48 is 336 plus 9D equals 1,200. And since we want 9D on one side, we're going to subtract 336 from 1,200. And that would give us 864. So 9D equals 864. And that the amount of money for one desk would be $96.
How much?
$96.
All right, so we would make a statement at the end of this and say the
For
cost of one chair is $48 and the cost of one desk is
is $96.
$96. Plug them in though and check if that's correct.
Okay, miss. So C is $48 and D is $96.
So 7 times 48
The
plus
first one
9
checks out,
times
miss.
96,
The first one checks out. I'm trying the
and
second
then
one now.
13 times 48
Yes,
plus,
miss, they both check out.
okay. All right, Asar, you're up. Number 14. Isn't Asar there anymore?
Missy's there, but I think he's having microphone issues.
Asar, can you log out and log back in, please? Imani, just type that in the chat for him to see for me. All right, John, you do number 14. Where's John?
Missy's right here.
John, number 14.
This was the next waiting for Imani.
Oh,
You can see the
read it twice, John, when you're ready. Okay.
14 January, number 14, January 9th. Mary paid $2,100 for 4 parrots and 3 dogs. If she had bought one more dog and two fewer parrots, she could have paid 200 more. Calculate the cost of I a dog, I add a parrot. January number 14, January 19th. Mary paid $2,100 for 4 parrots and 3 dogs. If she had bought one more dog and two fewer parrots, she would have paid $200 more. Calculate the cost of I dog, I a parrot. Okay. Um.
Mhm.
Yes. This now.
So you would make a statement to say, let P represent the number of parrots and D represent the number of dogs. You'd have to write that out as a statement, okay?
Yes.
All right, so what would we do after that?
Okay. Since since we let Miss we do D is equal to 3 dogs.
Hmm?
This would be D is equal to 3 dogs.
Mm-mm. 3 times the number of dogs. Three dogs.
Yes.
So we'd write out the statement. So P represents parrots, D represents dogs, and she paid 2001 for 4 parrots and 3 dogs. So we'd say 4 parrots plus 3 dogs is equal to 2,100.
So
That's our first equation.
the second equation now is if she bought one more dog, so it'd be um and two fewer parrots, so it'd be 2P plus
One more dog would be
if one more dog would be 40.
5P.
Miss 5? Miss what? There's only 3 dogs.
Oh, why am I saying P? At the 4 may I look funny. Sorry, so the P is parrots. Hold on. How many dogs you said?
Miss, I said 4 dogs.
All right, so okay, so it's 4 dogs because one more dog would make 4. And how many parrots? No,
Miss 2 parrots.
because it says 2 fewer, right?
If
So one more dog and 2 less parrots. So that's 2 parrots. She would have paid how much?
2001. Oh wait, Miss $200 more. So
Which is
2,300.
all right. So these are our original equations.
Is Miss how we want to cancel out the D's? Right?
Okay. So you
Okay.
cancel this equation here.
Yes.
We can
Okay.
cancel this equation,
Oh yeah. Oh
We can
yes. Yes.
divide it by 2. So we'll
Okay.
get what?
Miss since we Miss it be P
P.
plus 2D is
Mm-hmm.
equal to um 1,000 hundred and wait, hundred. Oh yeah, 1,050. That's what I was saying
All
for
right.
my head.
So you can use substitution for this one then.
Okay, okay, okay. I forgot how to do substitution. Alright. Okay, so since I can do substitution for that, miss the top one now, miss before P plus 3D is equal to 2,100.
Substitute this one.
Ah, substitute that.
So P would be equal to what?
Miss P would be equal to um 100 and 2D plus 150. I thought
No,
150.
minus 2D.
Uh,
We'll bring this over to here, right?
yes, ma'am.
All right, so therefore, wherever we see P now, we're going to put this.
Okay. So
So what
Miss
would it
use
be?
equation
Let's
one.
bring 4 times 1,150 minus 2d.
Okay. So
4 times 1,150
4 times 150.
minus 2d plus 3d equals 2,100.
Okay, so um, it's the 4 times the 1,150
Mm-hmm.
minus the 2D. This so it be 4 times 150. That's 4,600, and 4,600 minus 2. So miss it be minus 4, no, 8D, miss 8D. Plus 3D is equal to 2,100. Miss me, bring over the 4,600.
Mm-hmm.
So it be negative 8D plus 3D, which end up with 5D, negative 5D, is equal to 2,100 minus 4,600. Okay,
And
and
that
this
gives what?
2,100 from 4,600, which that gives.
No, John. Please say the thing properly.
Sorry, miss 4,600 from 2,100. But
Mm-hmm.
this is okay. So that would be negative 2,500.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this we're going to divide both sides by negative 5. So is equal to negative 2,500 over negative 5. 2,500 divided by negative 5. Because that's 500. And that's the dots. Using equation 2.
So you're going to use the
2p. Yes, ma'am. The 2p plus 4d.
2p plus 4d equal 2,300.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so 2p plus 4d
Is equal to
equals
2,300.
2,300.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
And we say d is 500.
Yes, ma'am. So
So
d
2p plus
4
4
bracket.
times 500.
Yes, ma'am. Is equal to 2,300.
Okay.
So 2p plus 2,000 is equal to 2,300. This will bring over to 2,000 now. So it means 2p is equal to 23,000 minus 200. And that would give, it's that give 300. 300. And then um, I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So p is equal to 300 over 2. So p would be $150. It was 100. The price is equal to 150. The dogs cost more than the pets.
Plug them in for me.
So
So you
why
would make a statement. You'd make a statement to say the cost of one dog was $500 and the cost of one parrot was $150. Now plug them in and see if they add up for me.
okay, so 500 is for the parrots. Wait, the parrot no, no, sorry. The parrots is $150. So 4 times 150 plus 3 times 500. Which I got 2,100 for the first one. So 2 times, okay, 2 times 150 plus 4 times 500. Which I got, which they work out.
Okay. Asa, are you with us?
Yes, miss.
All right, can you read number 15 twice, please?
Number 15. The cost of 4 chairs and a small table is $684. The cost of 6 chairs and a large table is $1,196. The cost of the large table is twice the cost of the small table. Given that A is the cost in dollars of, of a chair and B is the cost of dollars of a small table, write a pair of simultaneous equations to represent the following information given. Calculate the cost of the table of the large table. Number 15. The cost of 4 chairs and a small table is $684. The cost of 6 chairs and a large table is $1,196. The cost of a large table is twice the cost of the small table. Given that A is the cost in dollars of a chair and B is the cost of dollars of a small table, write pairs of simultaneous equations to represent the following information given. Oh, the first equation. So it would be 4C could write
So 4C plus
plus S, I think, the small table.
small table is S.
One S.
Um, no, they said B. They said A must represent. Hold on,
Oh,
we have to use what they give us. They say A must represent the chair and B must represent the small table, right?
so 4A plus B
So 4A plus one small table, that's
equal 684.
684. All right, and for the
I'm
second
missing
one,
the cost of large tables. The so
six
6 chairs
chairs,
equals 6A
6A plus.
plus B.
So a large table is twice a small
Oh,
table.
sorry, 2B
So that's 2B.
equal 1,196.
So that's equation 1 and equation 2. All right, which method are you going to use?
Well, I already have the elimination method, so I'm just gonna use it.
You're going to
So
use
I'm gonna
elimination. Okay. So you're multiplying this by
multiply by B by 2B
2 by 2
and the bottom one by 1.
by 1. So you'd have what?
8A
8A plus 2B.
8A plus 2B equal 136.
684 times 2.
136.
684
Oh,
times 2.
684. 1,368.
1368.
Yes, miss.
All right. And we'll have the same thing down here since we're multiplying it by 1. Okay, what next?
Then I'm gonna take 4 from 3.
So you're subtracting 4 from 3. And so this will be gone. So we'd have what?
2A
2A equals
2A equals 172.
so A would be 172 over 2,
Yes, miss.
which is,
86.
okay, so that's is money they're talking about, right? It was money? Cost, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was it again? Cost, right? Says money, $86. All
86.
right, and we're going to plug that into which one?
The second one.
This one.
Yes, miss.
So 6a plus 2b, 6a plus 2b equals 1196. All right, so we're going to substitute this for a. So 6 times, talk to me now, Asar, tell me what to do now.
Plus 2 times B. So that would be 48B. 6 times 8B.
6 times 86.
Oh,
It's 86.
516. Sorry. Plus 2B.
516.
Yeah, 516.
Okay, what's the
And
next step?
then we bring over the 516.
So 2b will be equal to 1196 minus 516, which is,
2B equals 680.
so b equals,
B equals 680 divided by 2. B equals 340.
I need to put the dollar sign. How much?
600, 340.
All right, what statement would you make?
I would say that the cost of, what's it? The cost of chairs is less than the cost
The,
of,
the cost of one chair. Oh, they want the cost of a large table. So remember, what we just found was a small table. For B was the small table. So the large table is twice the small table. So we actually need to find now the large table would be,
we already found it.
yeah, we already, so we need to say it would be that, right?
Mm-hmm.
680. All right. Okay. Check these two figures, the 86 for A and 340 for B in these equations. 86 for A, 340 for B. See if the two equations check out.
Okay, miss.
They do?
I'm checking. What did you say was for B?
For B, it's 340. For A is 86.
I got 684.
And what you get for the second one?
684.
For
Sorry,
the second one?
1096.
Okay. All right. Imani,
Number 16. 7 pencils and 5 erasers cost $11.60, whereas 5 pencils and 3 erasers cost $7.60. Calculate the cost of 8 erasers. Number 16. 7 pencils and 5 erasers cost $11.60, whereas 5 pencils and 3 erasers cost $7.60. Calculate the cost of 8 erasers. So miss the first. Oh,
what
let
what
P
statement would you make? Let P be,
3 pencils and be erasers.
so let P be the number of pencils and let E be the number of erasers. Okay. So what would you do next?
So now we're going to write our equations. So 7p plus 5e equals $11.60, and 5p plus 3e equals $7.60. So those are our first. Miss the second one is $7.60. Not
Oh,
11, $7. Yes, miss.
$7.60.
Yes, miss.
All right. Okay.
So now we're going to multiply the e's. So 5 times the first equation. Sorry, 3 times the first equation and 5 times the second equation. So the first equation would be 21p plus 15e equals 38.4. Sorry, 34.8, miss. 34.8. I said that wrong. 34.8. And the second equation would, sorry, the fourth equation would be 25p plus 15e equals
25p
plus 15e equals 38.
flat.
Yes, miss. So now we are going to subtract um, equation 3 from equation 4.
So we're subtracting 3 from 4.
Yes, miss.
So that would mean
We would have,
so these would go and it would be 25 minus 21,
miss, which would
which
be
is
4p
4p
equals 3.2.
3.2.
So when we divide 3.2 by 4 to get p, we are going to get 0.8. So 8.
And we're gonna plug that into what?
No, miss, we have. Oh, wait, I was thinking the wrong thing. We're going to plug that into the first equation. So
So 7p plus 5e
yes, miss.
equals 11.6.
Yes, miss.
0.8. So 7
7
times
times 0.8
0.8
plus 5e equals 11.6. What's there?
and 7.0.8. 7 times 0.8.
7 times 0.8 is 5.6. This is 5e. 5e, miss.
Where me get P from? Hold on. Oh, we substituted the value of P, you know?
Yes, miss. So we are going to subtract 5.6 from 11.6. So that would give us 6 flat. And 6 divided by 5 would give us E equals 1.2. So now we are going to want to find the cost of a
So they
certain number.
wanted
I
8
want 8
erasers.
erasers. So we're going to multiply the 1.2 by 8 to
So
get
what statement would we make first? Here,
the cost of one pencil is um 0.8
80
cents.
cents.
Yes, miss. So
No, this
8.
is $0.8 or 80 cents.
Okay, miss. So
So we
8.
could write it as this. If we want to use the dollar sign, we write it as that. Or if we want to use the cent sign, we write it as that. Right?
Miss. Yes, miss. And
And
the
the
cost
cost of
of
one
one
eraser is
eraser would be $1.20.
$1.20. Those statements are very important. So they
Yes.
had asked us for erasers. Okay, so
So we're
eight
going to
erasers would be 8 times
8 times 1.2, and that would give us 9.6 or $9.60.
$9.60. So
Yes,
what
miss.
statement would you make here?
So the statement would be the cost of 8 erasers, or therefore the cost of 8 erasers is $9.60.
Okay. All right, John, read twice.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number 17. Our bill of 3,550 was paid using $5 notes and $50 notes. Total number of notes used was 16. Let X be the number of $5 notes. Let Y be the number of $50 notes. I write two equations in X and Y to represent the information given. I hence calculate the number of $5 notes and the number of $50 notes. 17. A restaurant bill of $350 was paid using $5 and $5 notes and $50 notes. Total number of notes used was 60. Let X be number of $5 notes, let Y be the number of $50 notes. I write the equations in X and Y to represent the information given. I hence calculate the number of $5 notes and the number of $50 notes. Okay. So since you want to let X be the number of $5 notes
Mm-hmm.
and Y be the, so how many do notes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So miss 5x plus 50y.
Okay, so 5x plus 50y
is equal to 350.
equals 350. So that's equation 1.
Miss, 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 but next, and I'm not too sure about if it's the same way.
Mm-mm. So the $5 notes plus the $50 notes
Oh,
add up to 16. There are 16 notes.
oh yes. I was done for your one time. Okay,
Okay.
so Miss, you can use the substitution method already because
Yeah.
so Miss 5x plus x plus y is equal to 16. Miss, going to bring Miss, you can bring over the y.
You can bring over anyone you want.
Yes, Miss. So x is equal to 16 minus y 16. So Miss, wherever we say x, we're going to put that. So using equation 1,
Mm-hmm.
5x plus 50y is equal to 350.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Miss, 5 times 16 minus y plus 50y is equal to 350.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um. So okay. So Miss that would be 80. 80. Wait. Yeah. 80 minus 5y plus 50y is equal to 350. Okay. We would bring over the 80 means so it'd be 350 plus the 80.
Mm-mm.
Oh no, negative 5y plus 50y is equal to 350 plus 80.
So what's the negative 5y plus 51?
That's 45y.
So 45y is equal to 350 minus 80, right?
Yes.
Which is
Okay.
what?
Okay, so that would be Miss 470. No, 270. 270. Okay, so the verb was so 270 divided by 45. Miss that 6. So y is equal to 6. Now
Okay,
using
so,
equation 2, which would be x plus y is equal to 16.
so x plus y equals 16. So if y is 6,
That means 6 plus uh, um, x plus
talk
6.
to me, John. Tell me what to
Sorry.
do.
X is equal to 16 minus 6 because we're bringing over the 6. So it'd be negative 6. And x and 16 minus 6 is 10. So x is 10.
Check them.
That's 10, 5 times 10 plus 50 times 6. Where's the first one 6 out? And now we'll just do 10 plus 6. This does also checks out.
What statement would you make finally?
Oh, this statement I would make is can we transfer again the notes? Okay. The $50 notes would be 6.
So would
Yes,
write there are
there are
six
The
$50
$50,
notes.
and
And
there are 10 $5 notes.
okay. All right, Asar, your turn.
No payments.
Asar.
Due number 18. If 5 is added to both the numerator and denominator of a fraction, the result is equivalent to 3 over 4. If 3 is subtracted from both the numerator and the denominator of the original fraction, the result is equivalent to 1 over 4. Find the original fraction. So,
Again, read it twice.
number 18. If 5 is added to both the numerator and the denominator of a fraction, the result is equivalent to 3 over 4. If 3 is subtracted from both the numerator and the denominator of the original fraction, the new result is equivalent to 1 over 4. Okay.
All right. So we want to find the original fraction. So we can use x to represent the numerator and we can use y to represent the denominator, right? So what they said we would do today.
Yeah, are we still doing simultaneous equations?
Yeah. So they said we added 5 to the numerator and the denominator. So we add 5 to the numerator and 5 to the denominator. And when we did that, we got 3/4. And they said that if we take 3 from the numerator and the denominator, we get a quarter. So the numerator minus 3 and the denominator minus 3, we would get a quarter. So what we're going to do is cross multiply so we can get linear equations. So it's 4 times x plus 5 is equal to 3 times y plus 5. So 4 times x plus 5 equals 3 times y plus 5. That would be the first equation. And the second equation will cross multiply here as well. So 4 times x minus 3 is equal to 1 times y minus 3. All right, so expand these, Asar, and tell me what you get. Write them in your
Mm.
notebook and tell me what you get when you expand it. So for this one, you would get what?
For which one? The first one?
For equation 1,
4x plus 20.
so 4x plus 20. Okay, so 4x plus 20 is equal to what? 3y plus 15.
Hmm?
3y plus 15. All right, so put this in the form of the linear equation. So we'd have what? 4x
Plus
minus 3y
minus 3y plus 28.
equals 15 minus 28 give what?
That gives 13.
15 minus 28.
15 minus, oh,
Oh,
negative
it's
13.
20. Is that 20 now?
20?
Double check. Was it at 20 or at 28? Was that 20?
20.
20. All right, so 15 minus 20 because we'll be bringing over the 20. So that will be negative 5. That's the first equation. And for this one now, we'll have what? 4x. What?
4x 4x plus 50 4x plus 20,
4,
sorry.
4x minus 12. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. So 4x minus 12 is equal to, this would give y minus 3, right? Y
Miss
minus.
Miss.
And putting that now in this form, we would have 4x minus y and
Equal
negative 3 plus 12 would give
negative 15.
positive 9.
Oh, negative 3 plus 12.
Yeah. All right, so here are the equations we have now to deal with. So what would we do?
So we would multiply,
We already have the same coefficients.
we would subtract
So subtract which one from which. It doesn't
we
matter,
would,
we can do it either way. So
we
which
would
one you gonna
subtract
do?
we would subtract 1 from 2.
All right, so subtract 1 from 2. So we know that the 4x is gonna go, right? So that's gone. So negative y minus 3y would give what?
Isn't it negative 3y minus minus y?
You say you're taking 1 from 2. That's what you said, 1 from 2. So negative y
Oh, yeah.
minus negative 3y would give
Yeah, so 2y,
2y. And 9 minus negative 5 would give
14.
14. So y would be,
14 divided by 2,
which is,
7.
all right, so y is 7. All right, which equation you want to test it in? Plug it in.
The second one.
Okay, so y is 7. So 4x minus y is 9. So
For x, oh,
x minus 7 is 9,
so 4x equal 9 plus 7.
which is 16.
Yes, miss.
Okay, so x is
16 divided by 4.
which is
4.
so what's the original fraction then?
The original fraction is 4 times 4.
4 over 7.
Oh, 4 over
With
7.
x over y, right? 4 over 7. So let me go back for those who probably didn't get it. So the question said if 5 is added to both the numerator and the denominator, we would get 3 quarters, right? So if we're saying let x be the numerator and let y be the denominator, so we want to know this original fraction. So what was the original fraction that if you add 5 to the numerator and add 5 to the denominator, you end up with 3 quarters? And that same original fraction, if you took away 3 from the numerator and the denominator, you get a quarter. So these are the two equations they gave us. So to simplify the equations, we cross multiplied first and we got this. We cross multiplied and we got that. And then we use the distributive law to expand them and simplify. And we ended up with these two equations. We simplified further by putting it in the format that we used to with the x and the y and then the whole number. This is the format we used to for simultaneous equation. So we're just simplifying. We simplified this to this to this to this. All of that was just contracting the equations, making them simpler. And from here now, we can recognize the format and we solved it. So we said the numerator was 4, the denominator was 7. So the original fraction was 4 over 7. So let's test it to see. If you start off with 4 over 7 and you add 5 to the 4 and the 7, do you get 3/4? Check that. If you add 5 to the numerator, add 5 to the denominator. So 4 plus 5 would give 9,
So that's 9
and
over
7
12.
plus 5 would give 12, which is
So
three
yeah, that gives 3
quarters.
over 12.
Okay. And if we take away 3 from the 4 and take away 3 from the 7, do we get a quarter? 4 minus 3 is
Yeah,
1,
yeah.
and 7 minus 3 is 4. So it does check out, right? It checks out, yeah. All right, so we have 2 to go. So is it 2 we have to go or 1? Hold on. How many we do already? So why did I think I had 7 of them? That was the first one. That was the first one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, is really one left? True. 7. Okay. So who going to do this one? Imani,
Yes, miss.
you have the honor, my dear. Please read it twice.
Okay, miss. Number 19. Ooh. At a school shop, pens are sold for X dollars each and rulers at Y dollars each. Mr. James bought 4 pens and 5 rulers for $24. Mrs. Singh bought 2 of the same pens and 7 of the same rulers for $21. Write 2 equations in X and Y to represent the information given above. Solve the equations and calculate the total cost for 1 pen and 1 ruler. Number 19. At a school shop, pens are sold for X dollars each and rulers at Y dollars each. Mr. James bought 4 pens and 5 rulers for $24. Mrs. Singh bought 2 of the same pens and 7 of the same rulers for $21. Write 2 equations in X and Y to represent the information given above. Solve the equations and calculate the total cost for 1 pen and 1 ruler. So,
All right.
Miss, they
So you
already told us that X
Mhm.
would represent pens and Y would represent rulers.
Okay.
So now we're going to um, write our equations. So Mr. James bought 4 pens, so that would be 4x
Four
plus
x
5y equals 24.
equals 24. That's our first equation.
And our second equation would be 2x plus 7y equals 21.
Okay. Second equation. All right. So what we're going to do?
So Miss, now we are going to solve them. So I'm going to use the y values again. So
So
multiply the
this
first
times
equation by
7
and
and this times 5.
yes, Miss.
So I'd have what?
Miss, we would have um 28x plus 35y equals 168.
Mhm.
And for the second one, we would have 10x plus 35y equals 105.
Right. Okay.
Okay, miss. So now we're going to subtract equation 4 from equation 3.
Okay, so we're taking 4 from 3. So
We would
so
have,
to be what? 28.
so it would be 18x
So this
equals,
would go, this would be gone.
yes, miss, it will be cancelled out.
So it would be 28x minus 10x, which is
18x
18x. And then 168 minus 105,
is 63, miss.
63. So x is,
Miss, x would be 3.5.
in terms of money, then that is what?
Miss, $3.50.
$3.50. All right, so we're gonna plug that into which one?
Miss, we are going to plug that into the first equation.
4x plus 5y equals 24.
Yes, miss.
So 4x plus 5y equals 24. All right, I would say x is 3.5. So 4 times 3.5 plus 5y. Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, talk to
Okay,
me.
so 4 times 3.5 is going to be 14 plus
Mhm.
5y equals 24. And 24 minus 14 would be 5y equals 10. And 10 divided by 5 is going to be y equals 2.
In terms of money, that is what.
That's $2.
What's the statement you're making here?
So therefore, 1 pen costs $3.50,
All right,
and
which one
one
was the pen? Um,
Miss X
X for, did they,
pen.
did they say?
Yes, Miss X is for pen and Y is for ruler.
Okay. So we would say um, the cost of one pen was,
Miss, the cost of 1 pen was $3.50, and the cost of one ruler was $2.
please plug those in and check.
Okay, Miss. So 20 plus 10. The first one checks out, Miss, and 7 plus 7 plus 14 is Miss. It checks out.
Checks out.
Yes,
Okay.
Miss.
All right. So 1 hour exactly.
Yes, miss.
1 hour and 10
10
minutes.
minutes.
Okay, 1 hour and 10 minutes. All right. So thank you, scholars, for sharing the time with me and helping me to work out these problems. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
See you
Bye,
tomorrow.
Sarah. Bye.
Welcome, Miss. Bye, John. Bye, Miss.
Bye.
All right. Bye to those in the chat. Thanks for sharing the time with us. We'll see you tomorrow. Hello, CSEC math students. I know you are busy preparing for your math test and your CSEC exam is coming up. I have a very important question to ask you. Do you like my new hat? Thank you. Now, another important question. Have you ever gotten a math problem wrong simply because of making one little mistake? I'm sure you have, as thousands of other students have. Now, in this series, we're going to be looking at the common mistakes that students make with all the topics in CSEC Math. We're going to look at the common errors, demystify everything. Make sure you watch every video in this series so that you can avoid making those mistakes. So stay tuned. Hello, scholars. Did you know that most times when students get problems wrong in mathematics is as a result of one single error or one mistake? Well, this is absolutely true, and we're going to be looking at the common errors that students make in the different topics in mathematics. If we know the errors beforehand, we can certainly avoid making them. Are you ready? Come on, take my hand.